Thank you very much. Have a good evening.
Yes. So, that's pretty
Just handling this like
supposed to be researching stuff early.
we have another.
Well, it's for we achievement.
From this morning.
Yeah.
So,
Good evening, Mr. Hayden. You, sir, are
Timothy Carrasco.
Mr. Krasko. I have a number of things. Looks like interim complaint with 4 counts of domestic violence failed to comply with court order. 1 from February 12th, 1 from February 13th, 1 from February 16th, and from March the 4th. 2 counts of domestic violence aggravated harassment, 1 from February 15th, 1 from March 2nd, and a charge of aggravated domestic violence from March the 2nd. We'll appoint public defender's office to represent you on these charges. So I understand the victim is online. You wish to be heard on conditions of release. Is that correct?
Correct.
not you, the victim.
Oh,
Yeah, so if you'll unmute Ms. Hatcher Brito and
Good evening, Your Honor. Thank you. Yes, ma'am. Mr. Carrasco has a long demonstrated history of fleeing courts and violating orders of protection and conditions set by the courts, going all the way back to California, where he had a charge for unlawful sexual intercourse with a minor and posted bail and immediately fled the state to Texas, where he again committed a sex crime against a child and violated orders of probation to the point that the judge there revoked it. And there were various different crimes in Texas. And then here in Arizona, currently, he, as you see, has violated the orders of protection against us. And also there is an ongoing criminal investigation for sexual assault of my 2 daughters in Surprise, Arizona. So that is still being investigated. It should be concluding pretty soon. But I just wanted you to be aware. So as far as conditions, Mr. Carrasco, regardless of his felony history, has possession of firearms, has acquired firearms, and has even gone as far as violating the policies for the supervised visitation and taking a weapon to the visitation with the child, even though it was a court-ordered supervised visit. And it was very, very clearly stated that he was not allowed to have weapons there. And there's just so many different things. But in short, Your Honor, the children and I are terrified that if he is released, he will do as he's threatened and retaliate against us. He's already made threats to kill us. The children have heard him say that he will kill all of us. He will make them watch as he kills them or kills us in front of each other. His history of domestic violence and physical abuse against us goes back many, many years. So we have no doubt that he would actually follow through with that because he's harmed us in the past. And on top of that, Your Honor, I think him being released would severely impact the other investigation into the sexual abuse, as that's coming up pretty soon.
And Judge, the only thing the state would add
is the state is requesting separate bonds on all 6 of the interim complaints. And what would substantiate what the victim's reporting to the court as far as ongoing investigations that would have otherwise necessitated the orders of protections, it's noted in one of the interim complaints as far as what she's reported to the court. So the state believes, the repeated number of violations and the victim's input, no less than $5,000 per case consecutive to each other.
And Your Honor, in terms of the defense is requesting that Mr. Carrasco be released to pretrial services. He has full-time employment, place to live with his mother. I understand that the victim has made some statements about his history. I'm looking at the pretrial services report and seeing 0 felony criminal history, 0 misdemeanor criminal history. What I'm really seeing is that there was an active order of protection, which is noted in the history. However, the claims by the victim in this case, I don't think would be appropriate to be taken into consideration. Mr. Carrasco is not being charged at this point with any other crimes besides what's in front of us right now. He has, there's no disclosure of any information that would make it so that he could properly defend himself against any of these accusations that are quite out of left field, quite frankly. Pretrial services would be appropriate. He was given scores of 1 and 1. He has lived in Arizona and has a place to live. It would be appropriate for him to have a continued no contact order and for him to be able to be released to the custody of, or the third party custody of pretrial services.
Your Honor, am I allowed to respond to that?
If you wish. I also know pretrial services did not show any criminal history. It may be that records were down. It's a little hard to tell. Go
Your
ahead.
Honor, we had a hearing this morning, and when I brought everything up, I did submit everything, including the records with the active warrant for his arrest. It was a bench warrant for failure to appear in California for unlawful sexual intercourse with a minor in California, as well as all of his felony records out of Texas, and the multiple orders of protection from Arizona and from Minnesota from his ex-fiance, again for physical abuse and all of that. So I submitted all of that to the prosecutor's office this afternoon, or early this morning, actually. But I'm happy to send that over to you as well for consideration.
And Judge, I did get some records, it looks like emailed to me from the prior prosecutor, I think this morning. And I'm seeing some records out of the county of Solano, a criminal minute entry order regarding some sort of arraignment that was to have transpired. And I would agree with the court as far as the pretrial services records being down. I'm looking at a felony complaint for an act that occurred quite some while ago. I won't, state the nature of it, but there is some, I would call cooperation as to what the victim's reporting, and that it's not reflected in the pretrial report, but there are other things, as the victim stated, going on with his criminal history that's not in the report.
All right, in pretrial, when was the last time the criminal history was run?
Hello, Your Honor. So it looks like he does have history from Texas, but we couldn't find it. It's very old. A lot of dismissals also. And the criminal history was run yesterday.
It was continued this morning so that there could be further investigation into the criminal history. It was not run again today?
Not to my understanding, Your Honor.
All right. Wow. Thank you. All right. The nature of the charges and the repetitive nature of the charges alone gives me some serious cause for concern. So bond will be $5,000 on each case. Preliminary hearing date is March the 6th at 1 o'clock. Excuse me, March 16th at 1 o'clock. In the Green Valley Justice Court. No alcohol or illegal drugs, no acts of domestic violence, no firearms or weapons. If you're out of custody, those need to be surrendered to Pima County Sheriff's Department immediately, if you have any. No contact with Ms. Hatcher Brito or the children without a superior court order. You don't go within 3 blocks of their residence, work, or schools. Again, without current superior court order. You also need to comply with behavioral health assessment and treatment as available in custody or under the direction of pretrial services if you're out of custody. Other than the course of such assessments, I'd suggest you not discuss these matters with anyone except your attorney.
Your Honor, are these consecutive bonds?
They are each individual bonds. That's correct.
Yeah, you'll get signed too.
So that's everything.
And it'll take me a few minutes to do the paperwork because I have to do